Hey guys, welcome back to the shop again. Today, I really don't know what I'm doing, but we're going to try something different. I'm going to try to make this swirly, and I'm going to try to make it into maybe a candle holder. I'm not sure. So, without further ado, let's get started. My 4x4 is actually 3.5 inches, okay? So I want to go right down the middle here. I'm going to make a pattern, so that would be 1 3/4 of an inch, I do believe. So I'm going to rip this piece here. This is a piece of Luan. It's going to be my pattern. I'm going to rip it down to 1 3/4 on the table saw. Okay, I got that ripped down. Now I have to figure out how long I want this to be. These are rolled off a construction site, as you can see. You can always use old wood for anything, okay? So let's rip this down to, say, let's do a 10-inch one, okay? I'm going to take this over on my radial arm. I'm going to have to raise it up and down to make it work to cut this 4x4, but let's get to it. Just so I can line up all the sides square, I'm going to take my square here, and I'm going to go all the way around it. That way, when I flip it over on my radial arm saw, I can line it up pretty much perfect. Alright. Okay, I also set up a little block here just to assure that it's pretty much perfect. Now what I had to do is raise this radial arm up because it doesn't take the full 3.5. So I'm going to go through probably 2 inches, then flip it all the way over 180 and take the other. I'm also going to cut my pattern stick to the same length. So I'm just going to lay it right on top of the 4x4. I'll lay the 4x4 right on top of the pattern stick, make a line, and I'm going to cut that off to be the same length. Okay, now I have my pattern stick lay right on top of there. What I want to do is draw a curvy line, going kind of curvy like that. But I'm going to leave about 1/2 inch from the end of this pattern so it doesn't cut in half when I'm on the bandsaw. So let me trace out a curvy line and I'll get back with you. Alright, you're going to ask, how did I do my curvy line? Can you see that on there? I hope you can. I took a coffee can top on one side. Alright, I just traced it out. Then I took a cashew can top on the other, traced it out. And then I've put it up here and traced it out, giving me a line that looks something like that. So now I'm going to head over to bandsaw and I'm going to cut this pattern out. There we go, guys. Alright, I'm going to place it on my 4x4, hold it down as tight as I can, trace it out. Guys, I really don't know how this is going to turn out, so if you see this at the beginning of the video, you know it turned out. There we go. Right there. Now I'm going to take that on the bandsaw and cut that out. Now I put it back together, and I'm going to take painter's tape. It doesn't matter what kind of tape you use. I just happen to have a little bit of painter's tape left. I'm going to wrap it around it. Two slices of tape all the way around. Just like that. Still don't know what I'm doing, guys, but we'll see how this works out. Now what I want to do, I want to take this pattern. Okay, I'm going to take the cut side, roll it over, take this pattern, flip it over like this, line it up. I'm going to trace it out. Just like that, okay? Back over to the bandsaw I'm going to go, and I'm going to cut this out now. Okay, still not sure of what I'm doing. Let's unwrap this together and see what we got. Now I might shut the camera off for a few minutes just so I can figure out how this goes together, because I really don't have a clue, guys. I saw something like this on Pinterest, so I'm just kind of winging it. Alright, let me see if I can figure it out. Well guys, I don't know how the hell I figured it out, but I did. It looks pretty cool. So what I have to do now is I have to glue all these together. So I'm probably going to take these two, glue them together first, and then glue these two together, and then glue them all together at one time. And I am going to label 1, 2, 3, 4 with some stars or arrows or something so I keep it all together. But yeah, it's looking pretty cool. I'm liking it. I'm going to do a little red Shou Sugi Baun on it, kind of like this heart that I did here, which you can see on my YouTube channel. And we'll put a candle in the top of it probably, right up here in the top. We'll see though. I got lots of work to do here. Alright, gluing up could be a little tricky. Holding it all together tight. I got my tight Bond 3, which I always use. I want this glue spread all around on this, okay, like that. I might even take my little brush here and move it all around on there, just to get all that surface area covered. I'm only going to do one side of each setup for the glue. This glue holds pretty good, guys. The squeeze out, I'm not going to care too much about. I am going to wipe it off, but I got so much sanding to do on this when I'm done. Okay, here we go. Line them up as good as you can, because it all is going to matter when you hook it up, hook them all together. Got my quick clamps. Just like that. I'm going to put another set of clamps down here. Thank you, Pops, for giving me your clamps. I inherited them from him. He was a great carpenter. Since he's passed away, I've kind of got quite a bit of his stuff. I think we're going to leave that like that. I'm going to glue up the other one the same way. It's probably best when you do your glue up to lay it down on the back sides like this. That way it'll be nice and flat. That one here I glued up standing up. It was a little difficult to line up. So I'm going to squirt this one with some glue, wipe it all down, get some clamps on there. But when it sets up, I'll get back to you. Alright, had these clamped up for about an hour and a half. Had me a good lunch. Marie Callender pot pie. Oh yeah, those are the best. Let's see how it's holding together. Yeah, that's looking funky, isn't it? Funky town. Alright, I'm going to unclamp the other one. See what we have. We've got the two pieces done. You can see. Okay, put them together. Should look pretty good. Now I'm going to glue these, and I'm going to clamp them together real tight, and I'm going to probably let them sit overnight because I've got stuff to do anyway this evening. So I'm going to glue these up, show you how they look, and then I'll be done for the night here. I'm going to put a lot of glue on there, guys, because I don't want them falling apart. I forgot to clean my brush, so I'm going to use my finger as I used to do. No big deal. Spread it around real good. Alright, I'm going to clamp her together. Alright guys, there is a lot of opposing pressures on this, gluing it like that. I've had a few of the seams pop open, so I'm gluing them up, hoping for the best. I might have to use a little bit of wood filler in here, which I hate to do, but that might be my only choice. We'll see tomorrow morning. See y'all later. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. I can already see I'm going to have a little crack in here. Right in here when I take it apart. But we can fill that up with some Durham's wood putty. Let me get this all unclamped. So let's see what we got going on. Alright guys, I don't really know what I got going on here to tell you the truth. But I'm going to take some 80 grit paper and start sanding this all down with my hand sander before I fill any cracks in and see what we got. Okay, after about 20 minutes of sanding with 80 grit, you can see I worked it down pretty good. I got a couple of real nice sides here. And then I got a couple sides with some cracks in here. So I'm going to take my Durham's wood putty, fill these up. You got to mix that with water a little bit. I'll show you how I do it. Alright, here's our wood putty. This is what we're using right here. Durham's wood putty. You got to mix it with water. Okay? And you mix it like a pancake mix. It's kind of like making pancakes, actually. So you can see what I got. I'll just pour that in here. Now I'm going to put a little more in there. And just pour a little bit of water in there. And then start mixing it up. And you want to keep mixing it until you get it to a pancake type mix consistency. So I'm going to put a little more powder in here, start mixing it up, show you what I got. Now one of the reasons I like using this wood putty is its powder form. Whenever I buy wood filler, it seems like I use it once, put it away in the cabinet, go to get it out again, it's all dried up. I got to mix some thinner in it or whatever to get it loosened up again. This stuff, you just mix it. When you're ready to use it, throw it away, whatever's left. You can see the consistency I got there, like a pancake, okay? And this dries pretty quick too, so I can start sanding on it pretty quick. I'm just going to take my wooden stick here, put a little bit on there, and I'm going to start spreading it in them cracks. And it'll dry pretty quick, so I can get sanding on it. You can see it filling in already, okay? Just like that. I'm going to fill in the rest, show you what I got. Alright, that's about it right there. See, I got everything filled in. It's already drying. So I'll be sanding this down probably in about 20 minutes or so. And then I'm just going to keep forming it down. Like I said, I think I might make a candle holder out of it, but I'm not sure. So we'll keep going. And now the rest of this, I kind of have a lot, but I'm just going to throw this away. I can save the container, crack it up, and it just falls right on out. Alright, it's dried up pretty good. You can see it. Okay, I'm going to go back over it with my 80 grit. I'm going to sand this whole thing down one more time and show you what we got. Alright, I've been sanding and sanding now. I'm starting to round these edges over, and now I'm starting to like it. It's starting to look pretty cool. So I'm going to go over to my mom's, walk the dog over there, make sure everything's cool. I'll come back this evening, sand down a little bit more, keep working it down nice and rounded, and make it look good. Then we'll stain it up, see what we got. Alright, after a little bit of sand and looking at it and everything, I'm thinking I'm going to make a candle holder out of it. So I'm going to take this candle, it's about a 2-inch base. I got a 2-inch Forstner bit in here, and I'm going to drill down till the candle sits in about this deep. Hopefully you don't fling it off the table. I've got it really secured here, okay? Let's see what happens. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to unclamp it, put the candle there, see what it looks like, and I might put another candle over on this side here. Yeah, I'm thinking that looks good. So now let's do another candle right about here. Then I'm going to have to figure out something to do with these flat sides on here. Alright guys, like I said, I really didn't know what this was going to be when I started, but I think it's going to turn out alright. Looks pretty cool. We got a candle hole here and another hole here. So let me start shaping a little more, because I want to square these ends up, do something with these ends. So let me see what I can do with that on the sanders, and we'll get back. Alright, I think I figured out what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave these ends square, and I'm going to put some mahogany, maybe 4-inch square mahogany on each side, and I'm going to stain this with my red stain, and that's going to make this grain pop after I burn it with a torch and do some Shou Sugi Baun on it. That is going to look awesome. Now, it sounds like a lot, right? But it's going to look super cool when it's done. I'm going to continue on sanding this with some 120 and then some 220, and you don't need to watch me do all that. I'm just going to do it all with this. So I'm going to get to it. We'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, you ready for some Shou Sugi Baun? Here we go. Watch this grain pop out, okay? You ready? Does that look cool? Look at that. Now when you do this, hold your torch about 3 inches away. Make sure you're not going to set your shop on fire. Look at that. That is so cool. Now when I put that red transparent stain on there, that's going to look so awesome. And then we'll put some walnut or mahogany ends on it. I'm not sure what. It's all going to really pop out. I was a little afraid I was going to trash this project, but I pulled this one out of my you-know-what, and it's looking good. Alright, I'll get back to you in a bit. Okay, there we go. It's looking good. Next step will be the red transparent stain. I think you guys are really going to like that. Okay, you guys been watching me enough now, you should know I use my semi-transparent from Minwax. They mix it for me. It's called Scarlet. I'm going to stir it up good, and I'm going to start putting it on. This is a very heavy stain. I put it on, and then I try to wipe it off within a minute or two of putting it on. You can see how heavy it is there. Then you can see that grain start popping already. This is the back side. That's why you see them cracks in there. I wasn't too concerned with the cracks. You can see that grain popping now? Woo, baby. Okay, what I'm going to do is stain the rest of this, wipe it all off, and show you what I got. Oh yeah, baby. She's looking good. So there we go. What do you think of that? That looks pretty cool, don't it? I'm going to let this dry up a little bit, and I'm going to start working on my end caps. We'll try to do them probably out of mahogany. Okay, I have a piece of mahogany here, 4/4 mahogany, and I'm just going to use this. Now, it's been sitting around my shop for a while, so I might as well use it up on this. I am going to first, I want 2 4-inch squares. That's what I'm going to use. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this length off at 8 inches, and then I'm going to take it over to the table saw and rip it 4 inches. Okay, now I'm going to take my hand router. I've got a small round over bit in there, and I'm going to do all the edges on this mahogany. Okay, now you know what I got to do, right? Back to the sander again. If you don't like sanding, don't get into woodworking, okay? I got my 120 on here, and I'm going to go ahead and start sanding all these blocks, all the sides, make them nice and pretty. Alright, with that being done, I'm going to plop on some 220. And I'm going to go over it one more time real quick with the 220. And then we're going to assemble it over on the bench. Alright. Alright guys, when you do this, when you set these blocks up here, make sure you have your grain going the same way on each one of them, okay? Mine are going to go just like that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some glue on here and here. And then I'm going to drop this clamp down over the top, clamp it together, and let that glue set up. Now what I have these setting on right now is 2 3/8 blocks. See these blocks? They're brass. Right here. Just cheap set from, what's the name of that store I'm always talking about? Harbor Freight. Yeah, they work great. So here we go. I'm going to put some glue right in the middle of my mahogany there. I'm just going to set it up there. Same with this one. And again, make sure you have your grain going the right way, alright? Or otherwise it's going to look a little silly. Just like that. Right, that looks good. Now I'm going to try and drop that clamp over the top. Of course, nothing ever works easy, you know. Let's see what we got here. Nice and easy. Drop it over the top. Just like that. Yeah, baby. Yeah, that looks good, guys. All right, I'm going to let that set up for a couple hours. And tonight, I'm going to come up, put one coat of varnish on there. And then I'll probably end up putting 2 more coats on after that. All right? Okay, here's what we're going to use, folks. The same thing you always see me using, Helmsman Clear Gloss by Minwax. Stir it up a little bit. Get that Gen brush out and your Harbor Freight gloves. And when I put this on, that grain is really going to look awesome. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my mahogany ends. And that will start looking pretty awesome too. You can see that already. Don't that look pretty? That's going to look so nice. Well, let me get these ends done, okay? And then we'll start on the red. Alright, the ends are done. Now when you do the ends, or wherever you're varnishing, make sure you hold it in the light and look for runs or anything. Because once you get runs in there, they're hard to sand out of there. They get a little gummy-like, okay? Now watch the bottom of this. I'm going to do the bottom first. I'll watch that grain just pop right on out. There you can see that really starting to look good now. Like I said, once you get it all done, one side done, take your brush, there you go, and just let it go real light and smooth, okay? Don't put it on super heavy neither. You're going to have nothing but problems with runs. One stroke all the way across, okay? Just like that. Look at that. Don't that look pretty? Who would have thought it, eh? 2x6 piece of wood. I'm going to do the back side, then I'm going to set it down on the bench to do the top side and the front side. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I'm going to pack this up for the night, be done. Tomorrow I'll come out, sand this down with 220 and put one more coat on it. Might be done. We'll see what it looks like. Looks fantastic right now, though. I like it. All right, guys. Good night. All right, guys. This coat of varnish is dried. I'm going to take this 220 paper and I'm going to hand sand this whole thing down and put another coat on it. Now, I don't know if this is going to need 3 coats or not. I'm going to see what it looks like. So let me finish sanding this down. And I'm going to put another coat of varnish on it, and I'll give you a quick look at what it looks like with 2 coats of varnish on it. All right, we got 2 beautiful coats on it. That's looking really good. I don't think I'm going to have to put a 3rd coat on it. We'll check back later tonight on this project, see how it's coming. All righty. All right, guys, this is looking really good. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it turned out really nice. So I'm going to take it inside. We're going to put it in a nicer setting, get some candles going in it, show you what we got. All right, here we go. I think it looks pretty awesome. What do you guys think of this? If you like this project, please like, subscribe, give me some opinions of what you'd like to see made next. I just winged this one up. I didn't know what it was going to end up being, but I like it a lot. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.